I want to ask you guys, like, do you guys feel that you guys made the right decision? Like, considering that you guys are doing, I see you guys are doing pretty well, you know, like, I see that Zainal is handling his job, his day-to-day things very well. He's very responsible. Same goes to you. I see that you're handling a lot of things, you know, even with UK and stuff like that. It's like a lot of expectations on both of you guys. So I look at you guys like, yeah, these two guys turned out pretty alright, you know, even though they did not further studies, but they're like really doing alright. So I feel like, do you guys feel regret, or do you guys think that you made the right choice by, you know, working straight and getting experience straight away? Which one do you think?
Good question. I don't regret the decision I made, obviously.
Never regret. Yeah. You guys both don't regret,
Yeah,
right?
I don't regret, but I maybe in the future I want to be that old guy that goes to college and does his degree and masters just for fun. Yeah, for fun, because at that time I should be able to like have the financial needs and all the whatever I have, and just do this because I solely want to study. Because I think people right now study in the standpoint to get a job.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So when you have that burden on you, you don't study.
Yeah,
I feel like that kills the whole point. So when I have the financial, it's okay, I'll do it alone.
Wow.
For fun, maybe.
Yeah, I never thought that. That's a very interesting answer, because normally people, like, if they, like, usually they start earning money, right?
Yeah.
And you get a salary, you wouldn't want to study because, like, you already start earning, and when you study, you know that you're paying money instead of earning.
I maybe just study to just learn. Maybe you know, you just want to learn. There's a lot of things to learn.
Interesting answer. Bro. How about you, Zainal? Like, for yourself, you know, do you feel regret or anything like that, or you felt that it was the right move to work straight away?
I tak rasa regret langsung. Sebab I macam I cakap tadi lah, I dari kecil memang I tak minat pasal start belajar ni. So memang I dah fikir I nak terus kerja. So bila ada kerja tu, time kat situ kita boleh, apa orang cakap, lagi faham bila dah besar nanti macam mana lah. Kalau macam kat kita study tu, kita belajar sampai 3-4 tahun. Ini bukanlah nak cakap pasal orang yang tengah study, tak adalah. Ini bagi personal I lah kan. Kalau I belajar 3-4 tahun and I tak tahu apa jadi kat dunia luar, so benda tu susah. Sebab I nak adapt dengan bayangkan I 3-4 tahun kat dalam college and lepas tu keluar nak cari kerja. So susah benda tu. Tak semua orang cari yang apa pengalaman yang macam kita belajar sampai degree ke apa semua. Tak semua boleh senang dapat.
Betul.
That's why I tak rasa yang I regret benda ni, and I think I buat benda yang betul lah.
Yeah, I mean, you should never regret. You should be proud of what you guys did, you know, to end up where you guys are right now. You guys should be really proud. And besides that also, I feel like what you said is very true, because that time that you would be spending on your studies, you could be like learning, getting experience, you know, getting a salary, things like that, which made you much more matured at such a young age.
You bayangkan kalau I sambung belajar lepas SPM, time tu PKP.
Oh, right.
Tak ke pisang.
So it was like the timing also really messed up.
Maybe it was the easiest time to pass. You never know. You never know.
Because of the online exams and stuff like that, right? That was going on at that time.
That's in the air.
Yeah, well, for me also, like, I feel that, like, personally, when I came up to work, it was like very confusing, you know, because at the time when I started coming up to work, it was actually the time when I was supposed to be studying. So I was like, in my heart, you know, I was like, I should still be studying, you know, I shouldn't be working so early, that kind of thing. Like, it's about half like that.
Yeah.
So just to share with you guys, I was actually, before I started like photography and all that, I was tied down with a 9-to-5 job in the office. I was doing like customer service, I was filling up forms, all that kind of stuff. And I was working there for about a year. And that time it was quite stressful because I took a foundation in management and I learned how to manage people in a certain degree. So when I was working at this company called AppCo, the people that I was governing were like people that were way older than me. Yeah, so there were like people that were in the company for like 10 years, 12 years. They were like aunties, uncles, all, you know.
Yeah.
And a young guy at 19 coming into the company and telling everybody what to do. The whole office hated me, bro. Yeah, like everyone boycotted me. Nobody asked me for lunch. Everyone just like, this guy is a young guy. He just get close to the bosses and he's telling us all what to do. So I literally, after that 1 year of like the toxic environment, I couldn't take it anymore. I just like, sorry, I'm just gonna resign and find something else to do. So yeah, I know it's like definitely there's a lot of like trials and tribulations to get to where we are right now.
Yeah.
Of course.
So besides like you guys saying that you guys don't regret doing the step that you guys took, you know, is there like any advice? Because like I'm sure there's a lot of people watching right now who are in the midst of thinking like, should I continue my studies or should I start working? So I know it's a like very big topic that a lot, even myself, like when I studied psychology, it was something that I just felt like, yeah, maybe psychology is my thing. But at the same time, to be honest, I didn't even know that like psychology is it like the thing that I should study. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like sure at all.
That's true.
So do you guys like feel like is there any advice that you would like to give people who are feeling very lost right now, like where we were at that part when we were right after Form 5? Is there anything that like probably you want to say to your younger self? Any advice that you would give? Maybe you would say like, oh, you should study instead of working because this there's different opportunities if you study, things like that. Would you have changed?
You know me?
I don't think I would have changed any single bit of whatever happened because that's the only thing that led me here. If I change a single story in whatever I did in my life, I won't be here. I don't know what I've been doing. Right? So, in terms of telling my younger self, I think I'll tell my younger self to work harder actually. Yeah.
Work harder.
Yeah. I think, if you can work hard and hustle yourself, you're this fast. I mean, I'm pretty sure if your younger self, I think at this era of life, if you work hard, you can accomplish a lot of things, right? Not only work hard, but also work smart. Yeah. Right. So besides that, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't in the studying part. I wouldn't change a thing. I think it's meant to be. It's being to be like that. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Like you feel that whatever that happened that led you to this moment, you would have just let it happen naturally. You wouldn't have advised yourself younger. You just
because I genuinely had to talk to myself to say that are you actually going to study like until your degree, masters, like if you want to study? I know I won't study.
you already know yourself that
I know. Yeah, yourself
studying.
you'll just tell yourself like, oh, I'm gonna fail and this is gonna happen. Let's just not burden myself in the future. Let's just cut this off. Let's just work hard. I already knew that, so I just went with that. Like I just start hustling, and then I also had a commitment on top of that.
Oh yeah, you had your car.
I had a car at a very early age, so it made me just to work harder. Yeah.
In other words, if you don't work, also cannot because you have to pay for the car.
I had to pay
right?
for the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made myself in a very tight spot where even though I have to study, I have to only study part time. So there's no way I'm getting out of there. So
I see. How about you, Zainal? Do you feel like there's any advice you would like to give to people really lost right now, thinking if they should study or whether they should work? Coming from someone right after SPM hustling his way, what would you say to the audience?
Yeah, kalau yang macam Jeremy cakap tadi, kalau nak bagi tahu kepada diri kita sendiri yang sebelum ni, so kalau I jumpa dia yang sebelum ni, I cakap dengan dia, be a better person lah.
Be a better person. In what sense do you mean be a better person?
Be a better person dari segi macam I cakap, okay, stop lah, jangan terlalu malu sangat dengan orang. Try cakap dengan orang tu, berkumpul, cakap dengan orang yang kita stranger, just try cakap dengan dia.
Try to be less shy lah.
Less shy lah.
That's a good advice.
I think that's very good.
And spend more time dengan family.
Spend more time with family.
Itu sangat penting.
That's a very mature answer.
Yes, of course lah. So kalau untuk advice yang diorang yang you guys baru nak start belajar ke ataupun nak sambung kerja, for my personal, ikut kata hati korang. Kalau korang rasa korang boleh tanggung belajar tu 3-4 tahun ataupun ikut berapa lama yang korang rasa korang boleh buat, teruskan. Kalau hati kata korang nak buat. Kalau kata korang rasa tak boleh, teruskan kerja, cari experience. Dia tak belajar ni, bukannya cakap kita tak belajar ni kita tak pandai, tapi kita boleh dapat experience kerja tu. Dalam masa yang sama juga kita tahu apa yang kita patut buat masa sekarang ni. So korang pun kena tahu juga, sekarang ni dah zaman 2023, dah nak masuk 24 dah pun. So banyak benda berubah. So you guys kena fikir benda tu. Tanggungjawab diri sendiri, family. Kalau ada yang nak kena tanggung family tu, itu lagi besar tanggungjawabnya. So diri sendiri lagi, kalau dah ada kereta, motor, so banyak benda nak kena keluar, duit, macam-macam semua sekali. So jangan untuk yang study tu juga pun janganlah fikir memang stress belajar sama belajar. Memang stress gila. I tahu lah kawan I semua tu kan. Dia cakap assignment ni apa bagai semua pening kan. Tapi
Exams and all, yeah.
ya, tapi stress pun jangan lupa diri sendiri. Protein, makan semua jangan tinggal lah disebabkan benda tu lah you guys boleh stress and sometimes ada case migraine apa bagai semua. So senang cakap dah starting dia ikut kata hati korang. Kalau korang rasa boleh buat, go on. Kalau rasa tak boleh, try tukar cari benda baru. Macam start kerja. Ya, itu je.
Yeah, I think that's a very good answer actually. Yeah, whoever is watching, if you guys feel like what Zainal said, you know, like don't force yourself if you feel that I can do it. I can take this 4 years and, you know, put it into studies. Do it by all means. But if you feel that like you're having a lot of doubts, you know, what course should I take? Or maybe I should start working, you know, things like that. But my advice personally, I would say there's so many things that you guys can think of doing. It doesn't mean that you guys have to go to college or take a 5-year course, you know, things like that. There's many like 1.5-year courses, you know, graphic design, things like that, where you can easily pick it up. Like some of my friends, even they don't have like good results after Form 5, they became things like dog groomer, hair salon, things like that, and they're making good money.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't like study and they're not really the brainy smart type, but they're very like street smart.
Yeah.
So they find their ways by like, you know, making it in their own other ways.
100%.
So I always feel that like don't ever give up and don't ever feel down that like you're already lost. Like even take it from me, I was lost for like 8 months doing nothing. So, you know, definitely there's times like that in your life where you feel like you're just, you know, there's no direction. But somewhere along the way, someone will, you know, pat you on the shoulder and tell you, don't worry, this is not the end. There's a road ahead, there's a tunnel ahead, there's some light, but you need to see the light as well, you know? Yeah. So I think that's all for today's podcast, keeping it short and simple for you guys today. And hopefully you guys took some value from this podcast as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content that we're pushing out for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you guys like the podcast if you guys liked it. Subscribe to the channel and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Signing out, Keith.
Yo.
Jeremy, bye-bye. See y'all.
And Zainal. Don't forget about my best.
Bye.
Bye.